Okay, good morning to all. My name is Natasha. I am working as an information officer at BNHS-EIACP Centre. Today, we are all gathered here for World Environment Day. We will be holding a webinar on solid waste management and waste segregation. The speaker is Ms. Surabhi Walavalkar. She has completed her master's degree in biodiversity from Pune University. She she is her background is from environmental and wildlife conservation, and she is mostly interested in sustainable development. She has worked with organizations such as Wildlife Institute of India in Uttarakhand, the UNESCO Category 2 Center, and other organizations like Seva International, United States of America. And currently, she is the manager at Paryavaran Dakshata Mandal, which is NGO in Thane. She In Thane city, she is working majorly on lake conservation initiatives, also ecosystem service evaluations and environmental awareness campaigns. She is also working as an assistant professor at Satish Pradhan Jnana Sadhana College, Thane, where she is doing a great job to inspire students and communities towards environmental stewardship. She has received various awards and was recognized for KDGB Award, Lokmat Yuva Ratna Award by Thane Gaurav Seva Pratishthan, and Budding Environmentalist Women Leaders in Sustainability Award by Environmental Architecture and Research. About EIACP, EIACP in BNHS was established in 1996. Our funding agency is the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Our main aim is to provide information to scientists and decision makers all across India. Our other objectives are to distribute Bucerus newsletter on avian ecology and other products such as educational material like bird poster. And we also organize capacity building workshops to raise awareness in bird conservation and research. So now I would like Surabhi to start the webinar. If there are any questions, we can take the question and answer session at the end. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Natasha, for the brief introduction. I will just share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so good morning, everyone, once again. First of all, I wish you a very happy World Environment Day in advance. So the theme for this World Environment Day is ending plastic pollution, and plastic is a major component of waste. So we'll be looking at all over waste management, solid waste management, and waste segregation, how you can do it at your home. I will just brief about my organization. So basically, Paryavaran Dakshata Mandal is a non-government organization, and it is working in the field of environmental education, awareness, and research since last 25 years in Thane and surrounding areas. Though it started in Thane, our work has been, nowadays we are working in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, Murbad, Kalyan, Dombivli, in these areas as well. We have various projects. So as I go ahead with this lecture, I'll be talking about a few of the projects. So my first question is, what do you feel seeing these pictures? So basically, I know we all feel sad, we all feel restless, But this is the reality, just today's reality. Like we can see these picture all over India. Like you might have joined from different states, I think. So in your state also, you might find this picture because this is everywhere. And this is because of us. Like we are the culprit, because human being is producing these type of waste, and because of this, it is everywhere. But if we manage it properly, then in future we won't be seeing this picture again. So where is it going? So whatever we throw out of your houses, or whatever we throw out of your, out of any uh, basically our houses or hospitals or buildings or wherever, it ends up into the uh, dumping ground. So you all must have seen these type of dumping grounds in your surrounding areas. In Mumbai, we have two dumping grounds. One is Devnar dumping ground, and other one is in Kanjurmarg area. So there are, these dumping grounds are so huge; they are just bigger than our mountains, and these, like, this much amount of waste we produce. And I have seen these type of, like, we all must have seen this type of dumping grounds everywhere, and this is because of lack of segregation. So I'll be talking about this in detail, like why we need to segregate our waste, and why these dumping grounds are not good for our environment. This data suggests that around like 8 million tons of garbage we dump on our ocean bed every year. So basically, it does not directly goes to the ocean, but you know the way, like it goes to nearby river or water body, then it goes to the creek, then it goes to the ocean. So at the end, it ends up into the ocean. So through Paryavaran Dakshata Mandal, we also have this movement called as Clean Creek Movement, and it is not cleaning the creek, but it is keeping the creek clean. So basically, we are not trying to go into the creek and try to clean it, but we are trying to change people's mindset so that they won't throw more garbage inside the creek. So basically, those who are not aware, Thane Creek has around 26-kilometer long stretch. It is the largest, it is the longest creek in Asia, and the, like, conservation of the creek is our responsibility. So we are running this Clean Creek movement since last 18 to 19 years. And when we go inside the creek, I have seen everything in the creek, starting from your toothbrush to your bed. Everything ends up into the creek, from your bucket, your medicines, your plastic bottles, whatever you use and whatever you throw out of your houses, it ends up into the creek. So some statistics, let us see some statistics about this. So it is actually more than 1300 million tons of legacy waste. So how you will define legacy waste? Legacy waste is actually like whatever waste is thrown outside our houses and whatever waste is lying in the form of dumping grounds. That is called as legacy waste. So the waste that is accumulated and being stored for years is called as legacy waste. And around 1300 million tons of legacy waste is lying around. This is the statistics of our country. I'm just not just talking about Mumbai, but this is India statistics. And there are 3,159 dump sites in India. And the waste has been accumulated over more than 30 years, because nobody is taking care of their waste. They are just throwing it. Nowadays, you also know that there is use and throw generation. So we don't reuse anything. We just use, even take your pen or anything, water bottles, tiffin. So we just bring it, we use it, and once we think it is of no use, we just throw it. So because of this use and throw mindset, a lot of waste is getting generated, and the cost, you can just see the figure, the cost of remediation is more than 1 lakh crore rupees about this type of waste. So this is not just a year, or this is a data of around like more than 30 to 40 years. So this waste has been accumulated in different dump sites, and again, it is our responsibility to take care of this. So people say that precaution is better than cure. So if you take precaution and if you segregate your waste at your home, then this won't you won't see this picture. And even you can see this, there are some younger people who are actually working. So we call them kachra wala. but they are not actually kachra wala. They are actually means we can say ki they actually clean our surroundings. So they are, we can say them swachhata doot, or they are actually cleaners. So we have to respect them, and for them also we have to take care of our own waste. Not just here, so dumping grounds we can see, ocean we can see, but in this video we'll be looking at one place where the species human haven't reached yet, but still you will see ki what has reached over there.
Do we have the courage to face the realities of our time? Allow ourselves to feel deeply enough that it transforms us and our future? Come with me on a journey through the eye of beauty. Across an ocean of grief. And beyond.
So this is the reality, not just in the front of our eyes, but away from us, where human hasn't reached, plastic has reached on that island. And because of that, you can see the albatross birds, they are dying. So this is the reality. And again, I'm saying it again and again that we are the culprit. If we chose to do better things, then obviously this can be avoided. Now this has happened, but in future we have something in our hand, and we can, if we change ourselves, then mostly this won't be our future anymore. So coming back to our topic, what is waste? Waste refers to any material, substance, or byproduct that is no longer useful to us. So basically, everything is becoming human centric. So if it is no longer useful to us or required to us, we call it a waste. And it's discarded after its primary purpose is served. As I already said, use and throw. So we just use something for one time and then we throw it. And when we throw it, it becomes a waste. Okay, but I will try to change your definition of waste as we go ahead with this lecture. So what are the types of waste? When we talk about waste, there are four main types of waste. First is solid waste. Solid waste can be divided into dry waste and wet waste. Then basically solid waste is whatever waste is getting generated at our houses, household trash or packaging. Nowadays we do online shopping, so whatever comes on Amazon or other online sites, that packaging of that waste has become solid waste. Then second is hazardous waste. Hazardous waste is also very crucial nowadays because that is adding a lot to our environmental pollution. So the problem of sanitary napkins and diapers is a huge one. That comes under hazardous waste. Then third is our electronic waste. Again, nowadays, a lot of people are using electronic devices. People have 3 to 4 cell phones each. Then they have, laptop, tab, and everything, and all other type of electronic devices. So that adds to our electronic e-waste. Then fourth is biomedical waste. Again, problem of biomedical waste is also huge. Biomedical waste can be defined as the waste the waste which is generated in hospitals and dispensaries, or your dental clinic, or all other type of hospitals and clinics. So that type of waste is called as biomedical waste. And others, so basically your construction and demolition waste, that comes under others. Then there is industrial waste. There are a lot of other types of waste, but we'll be looking at these four main types of waste today. So why waste is a problem? So as you all know that there is a lot of population is increasing nowadays. So as the population increases, your amount of waste is also increase. Then urbanization is also increasing. Like a lot of people are moving from villages to cities. Because of that, urbanization is increasing. And you all must have heard this term carrying capacity. So basically, when the resources are able to resources are able to fulfill the needs of the people and biodiversity living in that particular area, then we can call it as going according to the carrying capacity. But nowadays, if we see, then there are a lot of huge towers are coming up in a smaller way, where there were only 5 to 6 buildings of like 2 to 3 floor buildings, but nowadays they are again becoming 30 floor, 50 floor buildings, things like that. So it is obviously adding to the carrying capacity of that particular area. And when carrying capacity exceeds, pollution also exceeds, and even your garbage will increase. Then third point is very important, lack of segregation of waste at source. So basically source in this case is your house, because we're talking about this household waste now. So source is your house. So if you segregate your waste from your house itself, then obviously it won't add to the problem. Then again, huge volume of waste. As I already said, increasing population, then your waste volume will also increase, and our wrong attitude towards waste. So because we consider waste as waste, waste is actually a resource if segregated properly. That we'll be looking with the help of one video as well in my coming slides. But these are some of the problems. So basically, waste is not a problem, but because of us, we have made it a huge problem. And now people are trying to find solutions for that problem. So what are the sources of our waste? We all know this, like malls. In malls, we generate a lot of waste. There is a lot of food waste is there. Then your plastic waste is there inside malls. Then you have hospitals. Biomedical waste is getting generated from hospitals. Then hotels are there. Like there are a lot of food waste is getting generated. Even when we have any like function, like marriage or any other function, even that time a lot of food waste is getting generated. In the others type of waste, I have also talked about demolition and construction and demolition waste. So it is also like getting produced a lot, because you can see that there are a lot of projects are coming up nowadays. So construction and demolition waste is there. Then from temple you get nirmalya, like the flower waste. That is also one of the waste. And even from garden you get some waste, like this degradable waste, of course. So you get dry leaves, some of the flowers and like that. So that is getting generated from the gardens. So these are the basic sources of waste from the waste is getting generated. Then talking about solid waste, so as I already said, we can divide this solid waste into two categories, that is dry waste and wet waste. So basically wet waste is something which exists naturally. So our vegetables, then fruits, these are called as wet waste, flowers, and even sometimes in this case, your cooked food can also become wet waste. That is the only exception for this, because when you segregate your waste at home, and when you try to produce compost from your wet waste, then your cooked food also is a part of your wet waste. And then when we talk about dry waste, then there are many examples of dry waste. Like first is dry waste is actually man-made. Okay, so examples of dry waste, you can see paper, glass, metal, plastic. So these all come under dry waste, and they are non-biodegradable. That is very important. So your wet waste is biodegradable, which can be degraded with the help of microorganisms, earthworms, or some other things. And dry waste cannot be you cannot degrade it. You have to use some methodology or energy to make it in small pieces. So for example, plastic you can turn into small pieces, metal you can do that, papers you can do, paper you can reuse, but for that you require some amount of energy. So these are the two types of waste, wet waste and dry waste. These come under solid waste. Then, as I already said, these are the types of dry waste. Plastic, thermocol is there, paper is there, glass, metal. These are the types of dry waste which you see. Then in wet waste, again, vegetable and fruit waste is there, meat, fish, that also comes under wet waste. Then your tea, coffee is there, food, whatever tea, coffee remains is there. Once you make your tea, then this powder remains. That can be a wet waste, and that is also actually a good compost. Then food remains is there, and flowers. These are all comes under wet waste. Then how you can manage your wet waste? So dry waste is little bit difficult to manage. You cannot recycle plastic at your home, but these four things you can do in your society or at home. So how, that we will see. Wet waste management you can do with the help of four types. So first is you can make your own biocompost. Then you can go for biogas, vermicomposting, or briquetting. These are the four types by which you can manage your wet waste. Then this is the product of our organization. So basically, I cannot say product because this is very simple. You can make it at your home. So this is actually magic bucket. So why this bucket is called magic bucket is you keep putting your wet waste in the bucket and it doesn't fill up. So if you put this amount of bucket in this amount of waste in your bucket, then after decomposition it becomes this amount of like compost. So this bucket doesn't fill up. So if for 1 year also you keep putting the waste, and if you keep it properly rotating and maintain the bucket properly, then it doesn't fill up. And if you want to use the culture, then you can actually like separate out the first layer, and from the second or third layer you can get the culture out of it. So this magic bucket is basically at the base. You can see there are pieces of bricks. So if you don't have pieces of bricks, you can use your normal like small stones or little bit bigger rocks you can use at the base. Then bagasse. So bagasse is actually once you remove all the your sugarcane juice out of the sugarcane, whatever remains is called as bagasse. So if you don't have bagasse, you can just directly put dry leaves. But bagasse you easily get in small shops around your houses. So that you put as a second layer. Then dry leaves you will get easily in the like playground or anywhere or gardens. You can put the dry leaves as a third layer. Then for this cattle manure, if you don't get it, don't worry. You can just put dry leaves, because bagasse and cattle manure, they just increase the speed of your composting. because it has a lot of microorganisms. So, and then last is your bioculture. So like whatever bioculture has been already prepared, you can get this from any organization or any shop, from where you can get bioculture, and then you can put it as a top layer, and then you have to sprinkle water on the top. So this is the structure by which you can make your own magic bucket at your home. And this is the huge bucket, but if you are like 4 to 5 people in your family, then you can also have a magic basket that is pretty smaller, and that you can put for 4 to 5 people family. That is enough. And you have to put all of your wet waste, whatever you use at your home, only wet waste you have to put it inside the bucket. And if you want a result faster, or if you want your manure or your compost to be good, then you have to like make small pieces of your waste, and then only you have to put it in the bucket, then you will get a good compost. So basically the time differs of each bucket, but you will get your manure in 1.5 months mostly, if you do it properly, if you manage your bucket properly. Sometimes there is the amount of water can be more, or there might be some problems. You have small insects in your bucket. But again, if you manage it properly, if you take proper training of this, then you will learn it on your own, and you can compost your own waste. So you can be your own waste manager for that matter. And if your wet waste doesn't go out of your house, then it will be great. So that is the one of the ways by which you can actually decompose your waste or biocompost. Then second is biogas. So biogas is basically in anaerobic condition. So in that machine there is no oxygen. In anaerobic condition, your microorganisms, they eat your food, and then they create biogas. So biogas is basically methane and carbon dioxide, and you can use it for cooking. So these type of biogas you can in your society you can install this type of biogas. So whatever food is getting generated, or whatever leftover food is there, cooked food is there, and your wet waste, whatever wet waste is getting generated at your home, in your society, you can put it inside the biogas, and you will easily get the methane. With the help of that, you can actually solar, instead of solar, you can is heat your water with the help of biogas. And there are many other like applications of this. So this is, you can do cooking, heating, then even power generation in some places you can do with the help of biogas. So this is the second way by which you can use your wet waste. Then third is our vermicomposting. So vermicomposting is, in biocomposting, you have just microorganisms. They eat your food and then they create your compost. But in case of vermicomposting, you have worms. So there is this species called as Eosina fetida, which is a little bit, you can see the picture here. So this is the earthworm, which is little bit larger in size than your other earthworms, smaller earthworms. So this earthworm people usually use for vermicomposting. So here you are saying closed container, but if you have open space in your society, then you can keep open, like you can do it on open as well, the vermicomposting. But you have to maintain the temperature and moisture. That is very important, because if you do not maintain it properly, the earthworms will die. So that is very crucial in this case, and you have to maintain that temperature and moisture, and then you can create your own vermicompost. So this is also a good manure. And after, when you create your vermicompost and biocompost, you can also use it for the gardening. You must, some people have gardens in their societies, so you can use that compost for gardening as well. Then briquetting is there. So nowadays, a lot of industries, they have made it compulsory. So the biodegradable agriculture waste can be converted into small bricks, and it is useful as fuel. Okay, so here you can also use your normal wet waste at your home, and you can create the briquettes. So briquettes looks like this, and you can use it for burning. Like this, you can use them. So this is also a good application. So basically compressing material under high pressure. So how these briquettes are getting generated, you have to compress your agricultural waste into under high pressure, and then you get those briquettes. and then with the help of briquettes, you can use them as a fuel, and it is a good fuel source. So this can be also used for cooking, heating, and even electricity generation in some cases. So just like your biogas, you can use this briquettes as well. So these are the 4 ways by which you can easily manage your wet waste at your home. But not about briquetting and biogas, but your composting, like vermicomposting and biocomposting, you can do it very easily. Even on household level, you can do that. Okay, so then we'll move on to the second type, that is hazardous waste. So hazardous waste is also a huge problem. So basically, hazardous waste means your sanitary napkins or diapers or medicines. So whatever medicines you use at your home, once they are expired, we just throw them out of our houses. So they ends up into, again, dumping grounds or creeks or oceans, and then they create some bad impact on the ecosystem. And even the like whatever the floor cleaners or this cleaning devices, whatever we use, that also adds to pollution. So I just want to add one thing about this floor cleaners. So nowadays we have floor cleaners of different fragrances, right? So again, they are adding to air pollution because they have some chemicals, and we feel that they are very nice and they give us, good sense and something like that. But they are actually hazardous for our health. They're actually adding to the air pollution, and that is also very. They are not good for our health. And even this heat and that thing we use to kill mosquitoes and all that, so they don't get killed because of it, but it affects us. If we have elderly people in our houses, if we have younger children in our houses, then it affects them very badly, because they have some chemicals, they get mixed in our aeration, like our system, and then they affect us badly. So these are the hazardous wastes. um, then there comes this e-waste. So e-waste is again a big problem. So e-waste contains hazardous materials like lead, mercury, cadmium. These materials, when e-waste is kept as it is, so this is a huge mountain, you can see, just like your dumping ground, they have just dumped e-waste in one open space, and this adds to your water pollution and soil pollution. Now you might be thinking how it can add in our water and soil. So basically, again, what the chemicals which I mentioned, like lead, cadmium, and there are some, you must have heard about leachate. So this dumping ground, they create some liquid because of the pressure. There is this liquid, and once they get mixed with the surrounding, they create some liquid. And then that liquid is getting mixed with your soil, even with the groundwater. Same thing is happening with e-waste. So the chemicals which are emitted from this type of e-waste, they're getting mixed with your soil as well as groundwater. And nowadays, we are drinking the water, or we are using water from borewell. So basically, when we take out the water from the borewell, the chemicals, they are getting mixed with the water, and we are using that same water, and it adds to the, again, there are many diseases are forming because of this. So even e-waste is a huge problem. So as per the data of 2019-2020, Mumbai, they have generated over 10 lakh metric tons of e-waste. So it is really very huge problem, and we have to think about this as well. So the solution on this is, there are some NGOs who are actually collecting this e-waste. So they have this e-waste collection drives. You can participate in that. You will get to know about them on any groups. If you are connected with any NGOs, you will get to know, and you can submit your e-waste to them. They send it directly for recycling or reuse. Like they actually discard it. They make it in a small parts, and whatever useful material is there, they reuse it. And other material, they can again send for like recycling or any other things. So e-waste can be managed properly with the help of this. And this is a very dangerous problem, that is biomedical waste. So there are some until after COVID, our organization, we used to collect this biomedical waste from all over, like 3,000 hospitals in and around Thane city. And we used to give them training ki how to segregate your waste properly. And because, as I already said, ki segregation is a key. we have to segregate our waste properly, then only the management of waste is possible. So in this biomedical waste case, we have again 4 categories of waste. So yellow waste is there, red waste, blue waste, and then there is plastic carboy, we can say, in which we have one type of waste. So first waste is your yellow waste, that is hazardous waste. So whatever your soiled cotton, if that cotton has blood, then your amputated, if your hand is amputated or your leg is amputated, then that also comes under yellow waste. So whatever waste is hazardous or whatever waste is infectious, that comes under yellow waste, and it directly ends up into the incinerator. So there is no other option, we have to burn that waste. So basically that directly goes to the incinerator. Then second is your red waste. So red waste is actually whatever plastic waste is getting generated, that comes under red waste. Third is blue waste. So blue waste is basically your glass. So your small injection tubes, then some medicine bottles, that all glass type of waste, that comes under blue container. And fourth is your black carboy, or you can say it can be transparent as well. So it depends on the area where you are doing it. So some allot it for black, some give them. So basically this is actually sharp. So whatever needles or sharp type of waste which you cannot transport in the bag, so they have been transported in a carboy. So carboy is a plastic container in which you can do that. So this yellow, red, and blue, these 3 types of waste, they are actually put inside the bags. So red colored bags are there, yellow colored bags are there, and for the sharp waste or needles, you have this black carboy or transparent plastic container. So this is the biomedical waste management. There are also every hospital, every clinic, even if you're like a small clinic is there, then also you have to know what are the rules of biomedical waste. That is also very important, because if this waste goes out directly and kept lying on a dumping ground or any other area, then this can be hazardous for us. So hazardous for any, like not just for humans, but for the biodiversity, for cattle, and for other organisms as well. So that's why we have to manage it properly. Now we'll be seeing one video. With the help of this video, you will know why we should segregate our waste.
When we separate and segregate everywhere else, then why not here? It's separated at source, waste is a resource. All you have to do is segregate your waste using 3 bins. Green for wet waste, blue for dry waste, and red for domestic hazardous waste. Up to 90% of waste can be recovered and reused through composting, recycling, and effective treatment, resulting in a reduction in landfills and garbage burning, giving us clean air, water, and soil. Remember, once it's mixed, it can't be fixed. Alag karo, har din 3 bin.
So once it's mixed, it can't be fixed. That you have seen with the help of this video. And if we segregate everything else, then why not we segregate our waste? Because that is very crucial, and we have to segregate. Why we should segregate, we have already seen in upcoming, like whatever slides I have shown. So just like other things, we also have to segregate our waste. That is also very important. So what we should do, so basically again, Mahatma Gandhi has rightly said that earth has enough for everyone's need, not for everyone's greed. So basically we have to shop when necessary. Okay, we just go to the mall and shop whatever we want, but we have to shop when necessary. If it is required, then only we will buy it. Otherwise we say no. Okay, then we have to reduce the waste production. So if you, very simple example, we buy these vegetables or ready-made vegetables from this puri bhaji kendra, or where you have these small shops where you get ready-made vegetables. So when we go there, they give those vegetables in plastic bag. So instead of that, you can carry your own tiffin, right? So you can tell them ki you give me the vegetable in this tiffin. Don't use plastic bag. These are the small things by which you can change your attitude, and you can change your, you can reduce your waste. Then as I already said that at the beginning of my presentation, that instead of use and throw, you have to keep using those things again and again. But only in case of plastic, you cannot do that. Whatever Bisleri bottle you buy from market, so you shouldn't reuse it because it is one-time use plastic. So there are different types of plastics. So single-use plastic you shouldn't reuse, but there are some other things which you can reuse, which has better quality. So you can reuse those things. Then again, compost your wet waste at home, that you can easily do. Instead of taking plastic bag, or instead of taking bag from the like shopkeeper, you can take your own cloth bag for shopping, and reuse and recycle the dry waste. So whatever dry waste is getting generated, so there are some NGOs who are actually collecting plastic waste, so you can give them plastic. So your plastic waste will be reduced, and you have to reuse and recycle your waste. Then what you have to avoid is use of plastic carry bags, you have to avoid. Then use and throw goods you have to avoid. Throwing wet waste in plastic carry bag, this is very important. Like nowadays everybody is doing this. Whatever wet waste is getting generated at our house, if you don't have your composting unit at your home, we just put those wet waste in the plastic bag, we tie it very tightly, and then we throw it. So that is very wrong practice. You shouldn't do this. Then throwing waste on roads, gutters, open spaces, that is also we should avoid. And packing food items in thin plastic bags. Even some of nowadays we order tea from to our offices, so that tea comes in plastic bags. So again, that is not good for our health. We should avoid that thing. Putting hot items in plastic bag, we should avoid this. Even in aluminum foil. Okay, then we will again see the three types of waste. So basically, they have in that video we have seen har din teen bin, right? So teen bin is, first is your green, second is blue, and third is your red. So in green, what you have to put is your wet waste. So all the type of wet waste, that is fruits and vegetables, non-veg, soil tissue, then your flowers and leaves, coffee, tea bags. This all you have to put in the wet waste. And instead of plastic, so in my last slide we have seen ki your wet waste you shouldn't put inside the plastic. So what is the solution for that? So instead of plastic, you can use paper. Paper is comparatively less, it is man-made, I know, but it is comparatively less harmful than plastic. So you can actually put your wet waste in the paper, you wrap it, and then you can throw it outside your houses. So that is about wet waste, that is your biodegradable waste. Then second is dry waste. So this is non-biodegradable. So whatever like glass is there, plastic, metal, papers, compressed cans. So these all things you can put in the dry waste, that is blue bin. Packaging with wet items. So while putting this in blue bin, you have to wash it. Okay, so basically when we eat Lays or Kurkure or those type of items, so we don't wash it. We just eat the like whatever is inside, and we throw it as it is. So instead of that, you have to wash that plastic wrapper properly, you dry it, and then you have to put it in a dry waste container. So if you have your plastic waste with attached wet waste, then it can create a havoc. Like there will be a problem, because when you put dry waste, then it should be dry, that is the main thing. So you have to properly separate your wet material from the plastic or whatever container is there. Even this curd can you see, so you have to wash this can properly, dry it, then you can put it in the blue container. Same with your milk bag, you have to properly wash it, then dry it, keep it out for a day or two. Then once it is completely dried, then only you put it in the blue can. So that is just some of the small things you have to do when you think of this segregation at home. And then this is domestic hazardous waste. So in this, again, your medicine waste is very important. So there is an NGO in Thane, R Nisarga Foundation. So they have kept these bins for only domestic hazardous waste, and only for discarded medicines. or expired medicines. So once your medicine is expired, you can find that particular bin near your house. They have this map, so you have to go on the website, you have to find those particular bin near me, and then you have to go and put your medicine waste in that bin. And they then, when the bin is full, these NGO, they take proper care of that medicine waste. Even your nails and hair, there is also medicine, this is also a hazardous waste. And as I already said, ki diapers and pads. So basically, for the diapers and pads, what you have to do is, whatever waste is there, hazardous waste is there, you have to wrap in paper and hand it over. So basically, you have to wrap it in paper properly, so that nobody can access that. Like if you just throw it as it is, then there are some rat pickers or other people who actually, find some material in your waste when you throw it outside. So if you just wrap it in the paper, then they won't get affected by this. So these are the three types of waste you can segregate. So basically, wet waste, you can make compost out of it, or you can keep it separated. Then again, dry waste, so basically plastic you can send for recycling, and there are many other things you can see in this photo. And domestic hazardous waste. So if you segregate your household waste in these three categories, green, blue, and red, then your waste management is done, like on your level. Okay. So they say, people say ki, think globally, act locally, right? So the huge waste is a huge problem. So you have to think globally, but you have to act locally. So if you act on your local level, your problem of waste can be solved. So at the end, we will just be looking at, we're just watching another video. So you might be thinking, ki, why me? There are thousand lakhs of people outside. They are not doing it. Why should I do it? So for this, we will watch on video, and then this session will be open for questions.
The change. I am the change.
I'm the change. I am the change.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Surbi. You explained so well about different types of waste: biomedical waste, sanitary napkin waste, e-waste, plastic waste, and construction material waste. And what happens when they are not segregated properly? So either we learned that they either end up in dumping grounds or they are burned, both of which are harmful for the environment. Thank you everyone for being part of today's session. Okay, so what we learned is that waste doesn't manage itself. We do. The real change begins not at the dumping ground but right in our homes. So we need to not wait for systems to improve. So we need to be the reason. Okay, so now we can open the floor for any questions or reflections you would like to share, or you can feel free to unmute, or you can put a thought in the chat box. Thank you. So, Surbi, I would like to take one question
Mhm.
by Sahana Ghosh. She is saying biocomposting wet waste at our home is a good practice, but it can create foul smell and can attract pests and various insects, which can also create a problem. So, what is your opinion on this?
Yeah, it's a good question. A lot of people ask me this question. So this is about, like, as I already said, ki if we manage it properly, so it is very easy to manage. So basically, this insects and foul smell, that can be because of excess water in your compost. So if you put it open for some time in sun, then that water can get evaporated, and your foul smell can also it can be, like, it will be gone. So that is for smell and insects and pests also. This is the better way. But everyone finds their own solution. So as I already said, ki this the magic bucket, this is a experiment. So everybody tries it in their own way. So everybody has different observations, different new findings, and it is very interesting. So it is treated like an experiment, and then you will find new things in this. But for this foul smell, you have to just keep it outside for some time in open sun, because that basket or bucket is covered from the like upper side, it is covered. So if you keep it open for some time, your foul smell will be gone. In some cases, it will take 2 days, 3 days, but it will be definitely gone, because I use it this bucket at my home, and we've tried different practices for this. Any other question?
Thank you.
Yeah.
There is one comment, Surbi, for you. Next time, if you can offer a perspective from developed countries like Japan, that would be great.
Okay. Thank you. I'll do that.
Yes, there are many comments. Excellent webinar, very useful, ma'am. Thank you for the webinar.
Yeah. Thank you.
Really, we all enjoyed the webinar. Thank you so much, Surbi. There is one more question. Can you explain the process of briquetting?
Yeah, so briquetting is actually with the help of machine. So when I was explaining the slide, I told this ki, with the help of high pressure, you create these briquettes, and then those briquettes can be used for creating fuel. So it is just high pressure. So you put your waste, your agricultural waste, in some container, and then you give it like high pressure. Under high pressure, that briquettes are getting generated. So that is the only phenomenon behind this. We actually had this briquetting machine at our center, but now we have shifted to Murbad. So if anybody is interested to see biogas, vermicomposting, biocomposting, so our organization has this center called as Nisargayan in Mamunoli. So it is near Kalyan Murbad Road, near Murbad. So you can actually come there and you can see the see these projects in person, where you will get more like more information on this. We also have beekeeping boxes over there. So those who are interested, you can actually visit our site and you will get more information.
Thank you, Surbi. Now I would like Mr. Nandakishore Dudhe, our program officer, to conclude this session.
Thank you, Natasha. And thank you, Surbi, for this wonderful session. And thanks to all participants. At the end of session, I would like to thanks to our all officials, our EICP coordinator, Dr. Sujit Narwade, then my colleague, Ms. Natasha. She has taken all the responsibility for today's webinar, along with our IT officer, Neeraj, and then our data entry operator, Mr. Yogesh. So I would like to thanks to all participants again, and because they have given their valuable time for us. And again, we have actively available on social media platform like Instagram, Facebook. Then you can follow us so that all the updated upcoming activity you can get the all details through this social media platform. I will share our contact details and the WhatsApp group we will continue so that you can share your experience, you can share your knowledge. Even I will share our expert details, email ID through the WhatsApp group, so that if you want to take more details about the product that they have shown during the webinar, so that you will get a more idea or more details. So thank you, Surbi, again, and thank you all our participants. So now I conclude the session. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Dudhe sir and Natasha, for inviting me for this session. Thank you all the participants.